Hi, this is Luke Chow from the Morpheus Clinic for Hypnosis in Toronto, Canada. Today, my associates and I are going to talk about whether or not you can be hypnotized. And by the way, the answer is probably yes, but we're just going to cover the question and the answer in a bit more depth than that. So there are a few minimum requirements as far as your ability to be hypnotized. The first is that you understand the language of the hypnotist. And that's because hypnosis is mostly a verbal process. So you have to be able to follow the instructions of the hypnotist. Second, you need to have a minimum IQ of about 70 or 80. So almost everybody falls within that range. And that's also because you have to be able to follow certain instructions. Thirdly, you can't be psychotic or intoxicated when you're doing hypnosis because those will interfere with your ability to be hypnotized.
We don't work with people who have schizophrenia or serious mental illnesses. Apart from that, most other people find it easy and comfortable to be hypnotized. Just like there are different degrees of learning and learning ability, some people are able to pick up something really quickly, some people find it a little harder, and the vast majority just takes a few tries just to do something. The same way hypnosis is an easy, comfortable, and safe approach to help interface with your unconscious mind.
In order to be hypnotized by a hypnotist, you would have to have very, very good rapport with the person, which would enable you to have good trust. So as long as you are able to communicate with each other and you have trust, then the client would trust the hypnotist to guide them into a hypnotic state.
And some people say you have to be a certain age, and for some people it's you have to be at least 3 years old, or you have to be at least 6 years old. For some people they might say even older, and there is controversy over whether children can be hypnotized, because some people will say that children are always in hypnosis, they're always thinking without the critical faculty being present. So there is some debate about the minimum age to be hypnotized, but chances are if you're watching this video, you fulfill these minimum requirements.
If a person doesn't want to be hypnotized, then there's no way you can. Now, if the person is afraid of being hypnotized or doesn't know what's happening, and that's why there's not enough trust, that could be solved beforehand, where the hypnotist would explain to the client what hypnosis is. So then you would come in already expecting something, already knowing what the state would be and what would the experience be like.
There are exercises called suggestibility tests, and this is a way to assess or evaluate how suggestible somebody is, which also will impact how hypnotizable they are. And your hypnotist can do this for you. Somebody who responds very well to a suggestibility test can most likely be hypnotized and will receive suggestions pretty well, whereas somebody who responds poorly to a suggestibility test will require more effort and more patience on the hypnotist's part and the client's part.
Hypnotic mindsets are very common, although they're not called that. Whenever you're in a state of concentration, you're really focused on creating something. You're giving a presentation, if you're driving somewhere and you're kind of daydreaming about life. You look at the Olympics, you look at athletes performing very intensely, be it swimming or weightlifting, and they have to shut off all external distractions so they can focus exactly on what's happening right now and what they can do to increase their performance. That's a state of hypnosis.
What hypnosis is, the definition of hypnosis is, the first part is to bypass the critical faculty, which means that when the information is received by a person, it doesn't travel to your conscious mind, it goes directly to the unconscious, which means that you wouldn't criticize it as much, and it would just float right through, and you would accept the suggestion, or you would accept the event that is happening without criticism, without giving it an extra thought. So just like by watching a movie, you accept any suggestion that is happening in the movie. You accept the fact that the actor is sad or happy, and so you experience it as well, as if it was happening to you.
If you're driving a car and your mind wanders and drifts, but somehow you make it to your destination in one piece, without any memory of where you turned and how you turned, that's a state of hypnosis. Anytime you're enraptured by a storyteller or a book, that's a state of hypnosis. So in all likelihood, you've experienced hypnosis many times this week already. It's not just something that a hypnotist does. So I hope we've been able to answer your questions about whether or not you can be hypnotized. If you have any questions, or if you're in the Toronto area and you want to come in for a free evaluation, you can check out our website at www.morpheusclinic.com. Thanks.